Whenever there is missing data with Soho, the cranks seem to come out of the woodwork and come up with all sorts of conspiracies and stories about why this time is missing, without even bothering to check the facts of what is happening with the instruments, what is happening in the domain of space, or any other proper research to find the answers. The following video explains what I mean.
James Kaufman, World News Report today. Today is January 15th, 2021, 8:30 a.m. Central here in the U.S. God bless you and yours no matter where you are in the world, folks. Please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, ring that bell for critical future updates. Well, LASCO C3 is completely down still, and we have 8 hours of missing data on LASCO C2, and they appear to be a solar flare that's been hidden from the public. We go from 1603 on the 14th here, and pops over to the 15th at about 0000 UTC time. So we have a flat 8 hours of missing time. We do see activity during that time. What's more interesting is after LASCO C2 comes back on, it's just a single framed picture. It's not a real LASCO picture, except for the last frame here. The Borg cube actually shows up as usual. Scary stuff, folks. Again, 8 hours of missing data. We know for a fact that something big occurred during that time period because we can see it.
So, James seems to think that they were hiding a flare. So, if we go over to LMSAL, we can see they've set the start date to the 13th, beginning at 00 hours, and the end date the 16th, which is today at 23:59:59. The events I've chose to look for are CMEs and, if we look down, flares. Okay, they're the only two. We then search, and as you can see, there are only 6 flares in that particular area, and these are the locations of them. So if we click on them and have a look and see, there was an A4.4 on the 13th, again on the 13th a 4.3, on the 14th a 2.7, on the 15th a 3.3, again on the, what have we got here, on the 15th A3, and finally on the 15th we've got an A2.8, and these are the only flares that have been recorded over that time period. So for James to suggest that a huge flare is being hidden is totally incorrect. Whether he is just misguided or misleading you, I don't know, but they're the facts.
It's going to be from 1603 again to about 0000 hours. So we can see there's an event, probably a large solar flare, they're trying to keep from the public here, while LASCO C2 is still down. And again, the more strange thing is it's just a single photo after that. No actual LASCO footage, except for the last frame where we see the Borg cube actually appear again. I've checked out several SOHO. This one's at 284 angstroms. It's over 50 hours old. It was taken on the 13th at 1 o'clock UTC time. Now that is very, very strange. This is the latest image, and I'm at nasa.gov, but it gets stranger. It appears that all the SOHO images are at least 2.5 days old, taken on the 13th, not the 15th here. So something's going on with our sun, our star, that is not meant to be seen by the public. All the equipment has been shut down for at least 2 days. We can't get you a decent space report with no equipment, but I did want to point out that they are hiding this data, and this data is shut down, period. This is the case with all the SOHO pictures. This one at 195 angstroms. We can see the large coronal hole in the north, the larger coronal hole in the south, the sunspots that are now really about here. We just can't see what's happened over the last 2 days. Very, very scary indeed, folks. All right. So, Robert, if you want too much of my time, send money there. If you want to be interviewed, email me. I'll talk to you on the phone, see if you're a crazy person or not. And we'll do a Zoom live interview with maybe a 5-second delay. And we'll see what your thoughts on just about everything are. How's that sound?
So as requested, James Kaufman was contacted via email. Hi James, Robert and I would love to join and discuss issues with SOHO data. Alternatively, I could give you the reasons, as it will save you the embarrassment in a live interview. To this point, I haven't received an answer. Didn't think for 1 minute that James would actually accept the offer of an interview, so we went along to the page and left a message posted as Nibby Nuts. I'll just let it run down the page so everybody can actually verify that this is a true and accurate image from James's web page. Oddly enough, you won't be able to see this because James has actually deleted it. I can show you this as I signed out of my Nibby Nuts account and re-signed in under a different name. So you can have a look down the page, and there you can see they are the comments that are currently there, and the one from Nibby Nuts has been deleted. So there is no way that James can say that this has not been done. He obviously didn't like the truth, or that his subscribers might see it too.
Yes, I checked the Solar Dynamics Observatory. Okay? That's what I do. Period. I will never stop. Just another troll, guys. I love you guys. I'm just teaching y'all what they're giving us as information. Yes, it might be armchair quarterbacked again tomorrow, and I might look wrong, but when you watch the film, coach, you'll realize I was right again.
SOHO is currently in a telemetry keyhole. Now, this isn't a problem by itself, so I won't go into that. I'll leave a link in the description box, which you can have a look at in your own time if you'd like to know more about what a telemetry keyhole is. As I say, that in itself isn't the main problem, but unfortunately there has been heavy snow in Madrid, Spain, and several of the antennae at Madrid DSN complex are out of operation at the present time, in particular the 70-metre dishes. They've accumulated so much snow they are too heavy to be actually moved or directed to point to the spacecraft. And as luck has it, the 70-metre antenna in Canberra, Australia is in maintenance this week. These details have all been posted on the website or on the DSM pages. So we're not able to actually dump the solid state recorder, and won't be able to dump it until Sunday when we have a 70-metre pass on D14 at Goldstone later in the week, on Sunday I think it is. As a consequence, data will have to be overwritten in the recorder, and this is very unfortunate, as we are currently supporting the 7th Parker Solar Probe perihelion pass, where we have special LASCO observations, and unfortunately a significant fraction of that data will be lost because of the situation. But hopefully, all being well, the situation should be back to normal after the quarterly SC manoeuvre next Tuesday. Hope this helps you understand a little bit about the reasons for the missing time. it's not as interesting as a conspiracy theory, but it's the truth, so you'll have to make do with it. It is regrettable that YouTube is still seen as a cash cow for many of these people that bring you fake news, but there are people out there that will give you a proper space weather report, and I would suggest going along and watching the Space Weather Woman, where you will get space news brought to you in a professional way, and it's all facts. Plus, she will also give extended length YouTube presentations on the various aspects of solar physics. So please go along, have a look, and see what you think of her. Tamitha will be actually touching on this issue with Soho herself in her next report, so make sure not to miss that one. For now, carry on watching James if you like, but when it comes to the space reports, don't give it much credence. Stay safe, everyone.